It's a Toyota, it's a coupe, it's cool, it's a Miata killer, but what is it? Watch this video to find out.
You're watching Crash.
So, what's the car that will kill off the Mazda Miata? The answer is the Toyota SFR, a car first seen in 2015 in the Tokyo Roadshow. And guess what? It could be coming to the market in 2026 and only costs around 35,000 Australian dollars. I think it should be a super cool car. Coming with a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine and pushing around 150 horsepower, the SFR won't be the fastest car on the street, but it will be a load of fun, especially considering the rear-wheel drive system it will have. Actually, SFR stands for Small Front Engine Rear-Wheel Drive, and, fun fact, it's the same letters of the Scion FRS, which stood for Front Engine Rear-Wheel Drive Sport. I just thought that was a pretty cool fact. Anyway, in my opinion, this car looks amazing. The design team really did a great job with it. When it comes out, it'll definitely be a fan favorite, at least in the looks department. If I could afford it when it released, I would buy it, but I'd just be 16, so that's unlikely to happen. But the people who will buy it will probably love it for its looks, handling, and modifiability. Anyway, let's talk about the dimensions. The Toyota SFR is going to be a small car similar to the Daihatsu Coupe, which was a K car, so very small. The dimensions for the SFR are 1.7 meters wide, 3.9 meters long, 1.3 meters tall, and weighing 1,100 kilograms. And when you compare that to the 86 coming at around 4.2 meters long, 1.3 meters tall, 1.7 meters wide, and weighing 1,300 kilograms, while these are similar sizes, you can still see that the SFR is a real mini car. So, even though I told you about horsepower, let's talk about some of the other specs. Because it isn't actually a release car yet, we don't know the exact speed, so we can only guess. But it will at least be able to hit highway speeds, I hope. There will be two variants, the regular one and the sporty one, which is kind of like a racing concept, with a body kit and probably some engine upgrades from the stock 1.3 litre turbo inline 3 engine. But that's all up to Toyota, and we'll just have to find out. Yeah, I know this car won't be a supercar slayer, but is that really what we need in this day and age where seemingly everyone has a supercar? Why not have a car that you can take to the track sometimes, drive around with, and just enjoy without wondering how you're gonna pay for the kilometers and the rock chip that you put onto your car the other day? This leads us to our next topic. Why will it kill the Miata? I think the Toyota SFR will end up being the end of the Miata for many reasons, but let's get into reason number 1. Being the looks. Don't get me wrong, we all love the NA and NB Miata, but once we got to the NC, in my opinion, looks started going downhill. Look, the ND Miata doesn't look terrible, but I personally don't like them at all. And while they might handle well, it just isn't getting the top marks in the looks department. On the other hand, we have the SFR, which is a perfect mixture of aggression, harmony, smooth lines, and sharp lines. And they all come together to make one of the best looking sports cars I have seen. Reason number 2 is the projected cost. Right now, the MX-5 is costing around 40 to 60,000 Australian dollars, and that's way above the price of an affordable new car. While the SFR is supposed to cost around 30,000 Australian dollars, which is affordable especially for a brand new car. In fact, it's almost unheard of, to be honest. Now, reason number 3 is the price of upkeep. The SFR is a Toyota, so it'll be very reliable and have affordable off-the-shelf parts. Also, since it's a 3-cylinder engine, it won't guzzle as much gas as the MX-5. The MX-5 is still a Mazda, so it will be reliable, but the parts will cost a bit more, and you'll have to pay a lot more for fuel since it's a bigger engine. So, that would be a big added cost over time. But what's the similar thing in all of these, and why will it kill the Miata? To be honest, it's the accessibility of this car. It has a small engine, so it won't take up much gas. It's a Toyota, so it'll be very reliable, and you won't have to pay much for parts. And not to mention the cost, which is minuscule for a new car. I think you can start to see why this would be a Miata killer. Before we continue, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Anyway, let's get to the cons of the SFR. Cons of the SFR is the fact that it's not a definite production car yet. So we don't know the aftermarket support, the speed, and some other factors. But we'll have to see how it turns out when it comes out. Another con is some of you might not like is the big round grille. I actually like it, but there are some people who don't like it, which I've seen a lot in comment sections. The last con will have to be power. I personally don't think it needs a lot of horsepower, but that is something to consider, and lots of you probably want more power. But it can be modded, and we don't know the specs of the sports variant either, so we'll have to see. The Toyota SFR will always be a super cool car, and hopefully we can see it on the road very soon. Do you think the SFR can kill the Miata? Let me know in the comments and tell me what car you'd like to see a video of next. Thanks for watching, bye.